question here, Iko, coming in from Suraya Subrati, who asks, if you're renting and paying 5,000 Rand rent per month and have bad credit, is this still a possibility that you can qualify to purchase a house in that price range?
Yes, there is a possibility. Of course, it takes hard work, but there is a possibility. So let me break it down. So there's a system called installment sales in property, whereby you can actually buy a property, but using the land or the sellers or the seller's credit record, which I've used that system and it works perfectly. But of course, you need to have the right accountant, you need to have the right lawyers to put in the necessary agreement so that you don't get screwed, because there are other people that are also, not very honest people out there. There's a whole lot of good, honest people out there, but you don't want to meet a dishonest person. So with that, most of the time, those kind of deals can be done when the property, maybe it's an old neighborhood or a person bought the property cash and they willing to exit, or they don't need, or that person is a very good business person that want to use that as a tax benefit, because you need to look at that also. And also there's another possibility which people often use it. It's called rent with an option to buy, the rent to buy.
The rent to buy option, yes.
The rent to buy option. So she can basically utilize that. But again, she needs to find herself a good agent that's going to be able to be there if she has never been in the property market or done any transaction. She needs a very trustworthy agent to structure the deal properly with the seller. It is possible.
We've got another question here from Kay Fortune. She says, my house is fully paid. What liquidity is there in it? And she went on to say, if I own a property, how can I use this to my advantage, potentially finance other deals?
Okay, so that's very good, because if she's got that property fully paid off, depending on her age and depending on her credit history and financial situations that she is in now, she can do what we call refinancing. She goes to the bank and she says, I've got this property and I would like to refinance it. What the bank would then do is that they will send an assessor to come and assess the property. And whatever money that's in, the bank will then give out that money. So they're giving out the equity portion in the form of cash. So it's not going to sell it out, but will be able to use that money to then buy other properties. So that's what she can do. Or if the property that she stays in has a big space, she can also refinance the property and develop units at the back of the property and rent them out. So there's so many models that you can explore, but she is in a fantastic space now that she can actually get enough money from the bank.
We've got another question here coming in from Shagong, who asks, do skilled investors still use bond originators, or do they sit face-to-face with credit managers?
Okay, so it depends on how your business is modeled. Because with us, for example, at Big Grand, at ABSA, we're seen as a bond originator. So it depends on how, but you can use, and that's what I said, you need to have an agent that's got your best interest at heart. And you've got good bond originators there that can actually be able to convince the bank if you explain to them and you give them all the information that's required. Will be able to convince the bank better than you would convince the bank to unlock capital for you, because they've got existing relationships with the banks. They understand, they've done this several times with the banks. So they know what the bank is looking for. They know how to structure the deals for the banks. But sometimes what I found personally and my side is I think there are people out there who are just like me that prefer the face-to-face with the bank. They enjoy closing deals on their personal level and will get, some kind of enjoyment and contentment out of it. So that you can still approach the bank directly, but if you that kind of a person that knows yourself, you know your strength, and you think that you need somebody to hold your hand, then it's better to find a very good bond originator, that's a seasoned bond originator that's done this several times, that will be able to assist you in your journey.